I am tired. I'm exhausted of these people taking advantage of us. When I originally started this channel, it was for a simple purpose. One of my biggest values, freedom, power to the people, decentralization, truth. These were the principles in which I created my YouTube channel off. Now the government, the world, this new world order, let me show you what I'm talking about, is taking advantage once again.
Will exposure sites be put back in place, especially with reopening and people going back to pubs and stuff? Because our exposure sites still, will they be put back in place to be listed once we are reopening? Because they're not at the moment.
We will be looking at what contact tracing looks like in the New World Order. And yes, it will be pubs and clubs and other things if we have a positive case there. Our response may be different if we know that people are fully vaccinated. So we're working through a number of those issues.
Looks like in the New World Order.
New World Order, what is going on? This has been viral all over the internet, and it's because she slipped up and said the truth. It is a new world order. Look at what's going on Earth, this script that they keep talking about. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a medical professional, but you can clearly see the collaboration and how they're pretty much all saying the same thing over and over again.
And how do we build back better? Because it's not about return to yesterday. There is no return to yesterday.
We will build back better from the COVID crisis. Better, stronger, with an answer to the many challenges New Zealand already faced. This is our opportunity.
An unprecedented opportunity. This is our chance
to really build back better.
This is our moment to change the future for the better. We can't afford to miss it because this window of opportunity won't be open for long.
We have a golden opportunity. We have a unique but rapidly shrinking window of opportunity to learn lessons and reset ourselves.
So let's use this window of opportunity and let's recreate a global framework which really is in line with the requirements of a society in the 21st century.
You've sold us out to globalism.
Okay.
You are not working for Canada. You are working for your globalist partners. I wonder how much they're paying you to betray Canada. What do we do with traitors in Canada, Mr. Trudeau? We used to hang them for treason. And you're doing that very same thing to us now. We know what you're doing.
This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset.
The Great Reset.
It's now a historical moment, a crucial moment to rebuild the future.
It is imperative that we reimagine, rebuild, redesign, reinvigorate, and rebalance our world.
Building back better.
Hopefully we can just work on what we say, building back better.
Building back better out of COVID, there's huge opportunities for us.
Build back better. I like to say build back better.
We must first pass the budget resolution so that we can then pass the president's Build Back Better agenda.
My Build Back Better agenda?
We must build back better.
We're going to build it back better.
Build it back better.
Building back better.
Build back better.
Build back better.
You get the point. They're all collaborating. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but again, like I said, I'm tired. I'm tired of them taking advantage of pretty much every single variable of our life. They messed up the financial system. They messed up the school system. I don't trust them anymore. In the context of cryptocurrency, we do not trust, we verify. Open, public, and transparent is what I stand by. So I'm tired of this. I'm tired of everything they're doing here. And this is actually another video that's kind of highlighting the stupidity of these people that run our lives. Let me show you.
We are not broke as a nation. We are not bankrupt. We can't go bankrupt. We absolutely cannot go bankrupt because we have the power to create as much money as we need to spend to serve the American people. We are not broke as a nation.
Again, I'm not going to get into health issues because I'm not in no way, shape, or form a professional in this area, but on financial terms, these guys are literally saying things like this: we have as much power to create as much money as they want. At this point, it is literally verified. At this point, we literally know that they are manipulating the monetary supply, and they think we're stupid, and they think that we're uneducated because they didn't teach us anything in school. And I'm here to change that, and this is the mission of my channel. It's always been the mission. It's always been the mission. I am bullish on cryptocurrency because of these reasons. I can ignore pretty much every single variable of technical analysis, fundamental analysis, and I will always be bullish on cryptocurrency. In this video, we're going to be talking about the next coin to jump, but I just wanted to highlight the misinformation and the world order, the new world order that is coming. Definitely, guys, don't get left behind. Keep watching. What's going on, everybody? Alex back with another video, and excuse me for the dramatic intro, but I'm sick and tired of these old people controlling our future. I'm really tired of it. And the principles that are in cryptocurrency are the same principles in which I created this channel, okay? And I just want to be very clear with everybody, regardless of what they do to me, regardless of if I go broke, regardless of, you know, how much they try to control, you know, and censor me on different social media platforms, I will die by the principles of cryptocurrency. That's just the way it is, okay? So in this video, we're gonna be going over the conditions of the market. I think, okay, and I know people were saying, oh, you're kind of conflicted in the last video when it comes to the bullishness of Bitcoin. Look, my gut is telling me that we're halfway through the bull run, but the TA and some math are saying, you know, there could be a potential dead cat bounce. So of course I'm always going to be conflicted. Nobody could predict the price of Bitcoin. That's just the way it is. But we'll be going over some market conditions in Bitcoin's price, because we know that Bitcoin basically dictates the direction of the whole entire market. So if we can accurately predict the sentiment around Bitcoin and the total market capitalization, then we can make aggressive buys or aggressive investments into things like Polkadot, which is what we're going to be talking about today. I believe Polkadot is extremely undervalued. It's extremely undervalued in comparison to all the other layer ones. So this gives us a unique opportunity to invest in a very safe and secure project with an outstanding team, as well as reap some benefits and get some gains, right? This is a very unique opportunity. And towards the end of this video, I'm going to be talking about an altcoin that's also extremely undervalued on the Polkadot ecosystem. I'm talking about seriously undervalued. I haven't seen an altcoin like this in a very long time. The technology behind it is absolutely crazy. So we need to go over this, okay? We need to go over this, and I would not be surprised within the near future I'm going to be investing into this altcoin. It's really on my radar. It's on my watch list. I'm just waiting for the price to drop a little bit, and then I'm going to jump in to this altcoin towards the end of this video. So again, the contents of this video are going to be market conditions around Bitcoin's price, Polkadot ecosystem, and how Polkadot is a superior form of technology when it comes to layer one solutions. And at the end of this video, we're going to be talking about, of course, this altcoin. So really quickly, I wanted to show you guys something. On my Twitter, this is why we're going over the Polkadot ecosystem. I wanted to go over Polkadot, to be honest, and you guys just confirmed it for me. But on my Twitter account, we had a poll, and I asked what layer one or smart contract platform I should deep dive into next. If you guys didn't know and you're new to this channel, I went over Cardano in extreme detail and pretty much compare and contrast every single decentralized exchange right in front of your face. So now I'm going to be doing the same thing for Polkadot and Phantom. This is going to be aggressive. It's going to be very hard. I'm going to drop a video a day. Some of the videos are going to be an hour long. I'm going to give you all of my research. I'm going to literally put my head down and work as hard as I possibly can. A lot of influencers, a lot of YouTubers are literally in different countries every single day. I am sitting in my lair, even though I can afford to go anywhere on planet Earth, and I'm working. I'm tired of these people running this industry, and they're lazy. I'm tired of it, man. I'm taking over this industry by a storm. I am the hardest working YouTuber, and this is the highest quality channel when it comes to information, not by subscribers. I'm talking about this is the highest quality channel when it comes to information on planet Earth, and I am not scared to say this. I will say this in front of anybody. I do not care. And so consider subscribing to the channel. Of course, liking the video and sharing it with your best friend. My proposition here is that I keep honesty and integrity. I keep the principles of cryptocurrency when making these videos in line with these videos. And of course, I do not accept sponsorships from any coin on planet Earth. I don't care how much they pay me. And this allows me to be unbiased in my research. And of course, I am the best looking. Like, just look at me. Are you kidding me right now? Like, of course, the best. I'm just joking, guys. Let's jump into the contents of discussion here. So I went over a couple of videos. New World Order. It's scary. Times are getting crazy right now. And this kind of highlights it as well. Treasury Secretary Yellen warns the U.S. government could run out of money unless debt ceiling is lifted. The conflict came into the public prominence last week when the U.S. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen wrote a letter to Congress warning that the government was running out of money. After a debt limit on the government borrowing was reinstated on August 1st, the limit has been suspended for the previous 2 years. They just don't know what they're talking about. I mean, do you want me to like run that video back for you where he said, oh, we're never going to run out of money. We could just print it into existence. They just don't know what they're talking about. They're manipulating everything. They have somehow convinced people in the government that controlling the monetary supply and being able to control it at will with a select few people that don't know what they're talking about and are not with the times. And they have this weird construct of how life should be lived, right? And they don't believe in power to the people. They believe in, power to a select few people running this monetary system. Like, I don't know how many times I got to tell you that. It's scary. It's very scary, guys. It's very scary. Now, this is actually really interesting because this is actually a written testimony on crypto ahead of the Senate hearing by the SEC. So it highlights again how little they know and how they're willing to take advantage. I want to highlight this right here. Further, I've suggested that platforms and projects come in and talk to us. So he's from the SEC. He's basically saying that the DeFi ecosystem needs to be regulated. What you have to understand is that multiple times, Coinbase has tried to do this, and they highlighted this, and pretty much like they have ignored all of Coinbase's suggestions and talks. That they state here, they want platforms to come and talk to them, right? Further, as you can see right here, it's highlighted. Further, I've suggested the platforms and projects come in and talk to us, yet doesn't take a meeting with Coinbase, a publicly listed cryptocurrency exchange. So it's obvious what they're trying to do. The same thing they did with the infrastructure bill. They're bullying us. They're bullying cryptocurrency. They're taking advantage in every way, shape, or form, right? They're using the government and their ties in the government to take advantage. Again, this is also just kind of like some other news. Apple's blocking the release of Gnosis Safe mobile app because we're displaying NFTs on it. Censorship, them not knowing what they're doing. This actually happened before with Google Play. A couple years ago, they blocked MetaMask saying it was a mining program or something like that in Google Play, and then like banned it for like 2 weeks and then just brought it back up. At the same time, YouTube has censored so many different YouTube channels. It's like almost like price goes up, then they start coming out with these BS like censorship mechanisms. So again, this is all making me so bullish because if they're fighting it this hard, there's something we're missing here, regardless of like what technical analysis looks like. As you guys know, and pretty much everybody has said, MicroStrategy has purchased an additional 5,050 coins for $242 million in cash on average of $48,000 Bitcoin. So that's interesting. That's extremely interesting. So he's a little bit underwater right now. Bitcoin might be undervalued, guys. I'm telling you, the on-chain metrics, pretty much everything is extremely bullish. I have shifted my focus to more bullish case scenario. It just might take longer than we expected. We might have a little bit of short-term volatility, downside sell pressure, whatever the case is. But over the long haul, I think next month in October, November, December, we're going to have the last like huge rally. I think we're only halfway done with this cycle, and I think we're going to continue up higher. As long as you guys can hodl, we should be good to go, or at least trade it and understand what you're doing with trading. Please don't trade if you don't know what you're talking about. Bitcoin held by public companies. You can see it's just a visual representation of public companies holding Bitcoin. I thought it was really interesting. After the MicroStrategy purchase, MicroStrategy is clearly the biggest holder of Bitcoin when it comes to a public company. Very interesting stuff there. I saw this little technical analysis long-term chart here. History repeats itself. As you can see here, we kind of have this pattern. And then it happened again here. We have the same asymmetrical triangle here. And then it looks very similar right here. This kind of looks like the last downturn. And, kind of like what my coaches are calling, and I believe it's probably going to go to about 43, 42K Bitcoin. Our prediction model on Fundamental Secrets is saying that. My coaches are saying that. A lot of people I respect are saying that. And then after that, we're going to have a rally. So if you want to wait for that time, that's okay. If you want to dollar cost average in, that's okay as well. Just understand you have to make your own decisions. That's obvious, and you guys know that. If we look at the stock to flow model, you can see that he created this a while ago, and it's playing out pretty close, right? As you can see here, he's calling for August at 47K, September at 43K, October at 63K. So he's calling October for it to rise. Pretty much everything's pointing to October, guys. Everything's pointing to October. So this is the time. You have about 2-3 weeks to get your finances in order. In my personal opinion, this is what I'm doing. I'm looking for a massive entry. Hopefully it doesn't happen before October, but I'm looking for like something aggressive. I might just jump my whole entire trading portfolio back into the market, to be honest, before October. This looks bullish. And then, we'll see it hopefully Bitcoin rise to 100K. Altcoins are going to follow, including Polkadot, which we're going to be talking about in this video. And I think actually, in comparison to the whole layer one market, it's super undervalued right now. So we're down, the market's down, and it's undervalued. This could be a good multiplication. We could see maybe a 5 to 10x on Polkadot. I wouldn't be surprised at all. If we look right here, long-term holder owned supply has reached 79.5% of all BTC coins this week, which is equivalent to the level reached in October prior to the bull market kicking off. This is obviously bullish. In general, on-chain metrics have been looking extremely bullish. So this is just one example of it. And I talked about this article in the last video. I did want to highlight it one more time because I feel like I didn't explain it as well as I should, and it explains it best here. Bitcoin is up 5.2x, topped at 29.5x life cycle. So, it's 1/4 the multiples. I think it's going to probably 10x. So again, like I said, I think we have room to grow. ETH is up 17.7x, and last cycle it topped at 120x, which in my opinion, again, both are still extremely undervalued. I don't know. Like, you guys know how it change. Everybody changes. I'm not going to sit here and be one-sided all the time. And that would be unrealistic. That's not going to be honest. I know a lot of people like to come on YouTube and just shill aggressively nonstop, which, by the way, on a side tangent, I'm sorry, guys, I don't mean to change the topic of discussion here, but on a side tangent, guys, we're looking for analysts. We're looking for coaches for fundamental secrets. So if you have experience in traditional finance or in cryptocurrency for a long period of time and can prove that, please do me a favor. Go to the link in the description below, thefundamentalsecrets.com, and apply for a position. We're paying a lot of money for this position. We're just looking for someone to come in and help us out with fundamental secrets so I can get more eyeballs on the market and get different perspectives. So again, apply below. But back to this, this little article here. In general, guys, like, it just feels like it's undervalued. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't care. Like, sometimes it's not all about like what you see on a chart. That's just the truth. And if you guys watched me from back in the day, like a couple years ago, I was not really a big fan of technical analysis ever. I started becoming more of a person that watches TA for a reason being that institutional demand is coming in. We have institutions now, so we have to take in consideration their ways of how they trade, right? But like, remember, Bitcoin's a world currency. Technical analysis can't predict world events. Technical analysis can't predict a country banning Bitcoin. They can't predict, El Salvador becoming legal tender. These things are unpredictable. So in general, like, my gut is telling me bull run continue. We're halfway through. That's just the answer. Now, technical analysis says dead cat bounce, potential downturn in the market. But, it's been proven wrong time and time again. And I think this is the time for it to be proved wrong. I think we're going to have a last big hoorah in the market. This might be the last time we have this parabolic rally, and I think we're only halfway through. Let's get into the topic of discussion, which is Polkadot and that altcoin we're going to be talking about. If we look over here, this is basically every single smart contract platform. What I did here is I just looked at it in the 30-day range. So basically, these are the coins that lost most in the 30-day range, and these are the coins that gained the most in the 30-day range. If I click it here, you can see Phantom we already called. And it's up 256%. So we pretty much outcompeted every single coin on the market when it comes to smart contract platforms. Now, everybody's talking about Solana and Avalanche. So you guys know my strategy. Once they're talking about it and every YouTuber's coming out with this information, now it's not time to buy. Like, you don't want to buy it when everybody's talking about it. It's pretty much over with when that happens. So right now, as you can see, if we scroll down a little bit, Polkadot and Kusama are really undervalued right now. They're really, really undervalued. They've only gone up 54% in the last 30 days, while these other projects are going up hundreds of percentages. Now, I want to be completely honest with you. I think the technology behind Polkadot and Kusama are better than all three of these. So this is where you find a sweet spot in the market where it's relatively safe, right? Even though they haven't came out with like actual smart contracts and there's no DeFi or anything like that. They're coming out with parachains and stuff like that. But you want to invest in things before they happen. Like, you don't want to follow the hype. And Polkadot and Kusama just look like they're very undervalued right now, and they could potentially do very, very well. So we're going to be paying attention to them with the ecosystem series. So again, subscribe to the channel. Of course, like the video and turn on post notifications. Again, guys, we're going to go over pretty much every single protocol on Kusama and Polkadot, which is very similar. Now, Polkadot, what is Polkadot? Let's go over it very briefly. Any type of data across any type of blockchain. Polkadot is a network protocol that allows arbitrary data, not just tokens, to be transferred across the blockchain. This means Polkadot is a true multi-chain application environment where things like cross-chain registries and cross-chain computation are possible. Polkadot can transfer this data across public, open, permissionless blockchains as well as a private permission blockchain. This means it is possible to build applications that get permission data from a private blockchain and use it on a public blockchain. For instance, a school's private permissioned academic records chain could send a proof to a degree verification smart contract on a public chain. So very interesting. If we see just a brief breakdown of what it does, we have basically parachains, which are sovereign blockchains that can have their own token and optimize their functionality for specific use cases. So I want you to think about, for example, and this picture is really good here. Polkadot is kind of like the main chain right here, all right? And then we have these parachains that get attached to it that can have their own type of like consensus mechanism. They can have pretty much anything they want. So parachains are really the big part to this. And there's different types of, I'm not going to go into it extremely deep. If you guys want me to do like an extreme deep Polkadot breakdown, I can definitely do that for you guys. But in general, they're allowing multiple blockchains to be attached to it. They don't believe that one blockchain is going to rule them all. And, you know, they're just using their consensus mechanism to do that. Connecting the dots, Polkadot unites a network of heterogeneous blockchain shards called parachains. These chains connect to and are secured by the Polkadot relay chain. They can also connect with external networks via bridges. So exactly what we just said, we have the relay chain here that is like the main, I want you to think of it maybe like a CPU. If you know how computers are built, it's like the main CPU. And then we have all of these parachains that are connected to it and have their own computations, and then the main computations on the parachain. And we have bridges to other, you know, blockchains like Ethereum or, you know, Cardano, for instance. Cardano and Polkadot could be connected together. So very interesting stuff. This project was created by Gavin Wood. Prior to developing Ethereum, Wood worked as a research scientist at Microsoft. He co-founded Ethereum, which he has described as one computer for the entire planet, with Vitalik Buterin and others during 2013 and 2014. Now, the overall gist here is that he was actually the genius behind Ethereum. He actually created the smart contracts and Solidity, and he was like the real one that built Ethereum. That's what a lot of people have been saying. That's the overall gist here. Wood proposed and helped develop Solidity, a programming language for writing smart contracts, and released a yellow paper defining the Ethereum virtual machine. So he looks like the genius behind it. And if you notice, like anyone that's worked on Ethereum early on typically do well. Like Cardano right now, you know, obviously the creator of Cardano worked on Ethereum early as well, and they're number 3 by market cap size. So again, like I said, Polkadot, very undervalued in my personal opinion, could be a top 5 project very soon. Right now, it's what is this sitting at by market cap size? Let's look at some multiples here. Polkadot is number 8. So top 5 can easily be a double or triple maybe. If the market in general in cryptocurrency grows even bigger, then it could, like I said, be a 3 to 5x. Seriously, guys, it's undervalued. It's not being talked about right now. So I want to highlight Polkadot for sure. So we do have to briefly explain Kusama, because this is another feature I think Polkadot has is superior to other blockchains. Kusama is basically just an exact carbon copy of Polkadot. What Kusama does is like the faster, it's like basically the let's break it blockchain. Kusama is the same thing, and they work together with Polkadot. Kusama is just rapidly developed. Their governance accepts a lot of proposals much quicker. They came out with parachains first. They're like the test, right? Kusama is like the test, and then Polkadot, you know, is kind of like the safety, right? It's like the safety. So Kusama is a little bit more undervalued. Let's see where it's at on CoinMarketCap, KSM. So this might be the one to invest in, to be honest with you, but let me see, KSM. It's number 50 on CoinMarketCap. So again, like I said, these two coins are very undervalued, but the point here I'm trying to make is that we can kind of see the future of Polkadot through Kusama. So studying Kusama is probably even a little bit more important. Again, like I said, the same exact project, like carbon copy, except they move way faster on Kusama, just to highlight that. Again, if you guys want me to do like, I know I don't want to waste people's time because I know a lot of people already know these things, but if you guys want me to do like a complete deep dive, like explaining every single variable of Polkadot and Kusama, leave a comment below. My goal here is to find undervalued altcoins. So sometimes, you know, diving deep into actual like mechanisms of the project is not really you know, what my audience likes, but it's up to you guys. Leave a comment below. Do you want me to dive deep into the actual protocols, or do you just want me to keep finding these altcoins and comparing and contrasting, you know, different DeFi applications in the ecosystem on Polkadot? Leave a comment below. Let me know, guys. Okay, so if we look at Polkadot, again, I'm saying it for some reason, people are just not interested in Polkadot right now. As you can see, they're only getting close to 1 million views, but AVAX is getting 1.18 million, and AVAX is further down on market cap size. So that's where everybody's going right now for some reason. And it's not for some reason. I think it's just simply because they actually have smart contracts working. But just like, Cardano, you want to buy it before the smart contracts are working, as long as they can, they can pull it off, right? So again, just looks undervalued. Just more research highlighting that people are not taking Polkadot into consideration like they are other smart contracts. All right, so topic at hand. Let's talk about this coin called Moonriver. Very, very interesting. Now, the reason why I'm interested in it is because they're similar to a bridge. Basically, they allow Ethereum virtual machines to be run on Polkadot, and it's actually working tech right now. It's the only one that's actually working tech on Polkadot. So, like I said, they're extremely undervalued. Once people start finding out about this, it's going to get crazy. I can pretty much guarantee that. Again, an easy on-ramp to Kusama. And like I told you, the reason why we're talking about Kusama is because Kusama is kind of like the future of Polkadot. So once they get on Polkadot, it's going to be crazy. They allow any Ethereum virtual machine without any changes. A key planned features for Moonbeam is to provide an easy way for developers to use smart contracts to integrate with other chains on the Polkadot ecosystem. So this could be like the bridge to everything. Because remember, Ethereum has the liquidity, it has the developer ecosystem, it has the developers themselves. So if you make it easy for them to be able to come to, another layer one like Polkadot, then they will come, right? If you make it easy for them. And as long as Polkadot is superior in the form of a layer one. We actually talked about this in another video. I see a world where we have all of these layer ones, and you can choose which one you want to compute on. And then you could call it a layer 2 ecosystem, or you can call it what they call it, which is a parachain, right? There's different ways to explain this, but we have protocols on top of the layer ones, and this will be like the true ecosystem. This is where like DeFi will flourish, NFTs will flourish. This is where gaming will flourish. It'll be a layer on top of the layer ones, right? Layer ones won't necessarily handle the bulk of the computations. They'll handle the security portion of the computations. And then, things like parachains or layer 2s can run on top. And ultimately, if we do go into this world when it comes to blockchain technology, then it's really just what's the best layer one. It's not really a question of, what's the best developer ecosystem? What has the best tools? What has the most developers? That would not be a strategic advantage for Ethereum anymore. And the developers would just ultimately gravitate to where the liquidity goes and to where the best tools are. So this could be a thing, and Moonbeam is spearheading that by allowing this interoperability on the Ethereum virtual machine to Polkadot. So really, really good stuff here. As you can see, they had a full launch, balance transfers in Ethereum virtual machine August 26, 2021. So this just came out. It's definitely recent news where they removed the staking restriction. You can actually stake Moonbeam. And here's the token, by the way, just so let you guys know, MOVR. Their tech, again, like I said, is superior. A lot of people are talking about it that I respect, and they're coming out with more functionality in the future. This was basically just on Polkadot's main blog of them doing a little, I guess you could say, interview with Moonriver. What upgrades do you have planned until the end of the year? There will be multiple upgrades this year. We plan to take full advantage of the built-in forkless upgradability of Moonriver, which actually is a product of Polkadot. You can upgrade it without forking, so really interesting. Multiple performance improvements, support for EIP 1559, interesting cross-chain asset support for Kusama, cross-chain asset support for KAR or KUSD, cross-chain support for relay chain functionality. So you can clearly see that they're trying to create this kind of interoperable ecosystem, and they're taking advantage of that. So, again, guys, like I said, extremely undervalued, something to really take in consideration for your research. And you can see that the followers are jumping in, 85.4K followers. That's a significant amount, typically around 100K mark. People know it's legit in general. So yeah, there's an altcoin for you guys. Again, I haven't purchased it just yet, but if it dips a little bit more, I will be jumping into it. And this is something I'm perfectly okay with holding for a long period of time. Also, I have a small Polkadot bag and KSM bag or Kusama bag. And I do not mind accumulating more. I just want to wait for this little dip. Like I said, I really do think Bitcoin's maybe going to get to like 43K, and then this will be like the last bottom, and then we're going to go crazy. That's my prediction. That can obviously change. So make sure to stay tuned to the channel. Make sure to stay tuned to what's going on. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. Thanks for watching this, guys. Catch you in the next video.